19 centers that are developing all across the region, so you need to make sure you keep a close eye on the weather, especially if you do plan on hitting up those pop-ups. Let's show you what's happening on the radar at the moment. We do have that main push, that cold front that's sweeping across the area. It's moving at a decent pace. We do have several severe thunderstorm warnings that we're going to zoom down towards across the Mississippi-Alabama border. As we take a look at this one. This one looks like you're going to get a double whammy almost right behind this one, that main push. You're looking at that line right there, just east of I-59. Jones County impacted by strong damaging winds, 60-mile-per-hour winds until 8:15 a.m. this morning. Another one for Choctaw, Clark, Wilcox counties. Lots of lightning. You are getting ready to see the approaching strong damaging winds continue to work its way through these counties. Coffeyville, Pine Hill, Thomasville, some of the cities impacted by there. Up a little bit farther north now, we're looking at Nashville. You just got swept in with some heavy rain pummeling the region. It was just, 3 weeks ago that we had those deadly tornado work its way through the city, and now we're dealing with plenty of rain. Again, the biggest threat for tornadoes will be really south of Nashville, so you can kind of sigh a little bit of a relief right there. But we do have to be concerned in this zone here in the red for damaging winds, large hail, and we can't rule out the chance of a tornado. So along the Gulf Coast, that's where we have that dangerous threat. Torcon of 3 remains in effect for parts of southern Alabama, southern Georgia, and then also northwest Florida, and even out towards South Carolina, the coastal parts of South Carolina. That's for today. We have a 30% chance of seeing a tornado right there. All right, as that low continues to move in, it's going to continue to bring in a very ripe environment primed for storms. We have all the right ingredients in place. We have that wind threat, that veering of the winds as we get higher and higher in the atmosphere. And that's also going to be providing some of that lift. This mid-level jet will actually help heighten that wind threat. Some of these stronger winds aloft where we don't have any kind of interruptions with buildings or trees having to slow those winds down, like here down at the surface. Those stronger winds aloft, they can easily make down. What's not so pretty is the heat that we're going to be experiencing, and also an elevated fire threat. Yes, seems a little early to talk about fires, but that is going to be the case, especially since we still have abnormally dry conditions as far as the drought goes for Florida and pretty much the entire state. Take a look at the records that could be broken across the region, across the Gulf Coast. Only a couple, definitely not as many as we've seen over the past 48 hours. But today we could see Pensacola getting close to your record high. You're also going to be dealing with those thunderstorms. Jacksonville could tie your previous record of 88. Vero Beach knocking it out the ballpark, well, by 2 degrees. 92 is your forecast. Record at 90, and Miami getting close to your previous record of 91. Galveston not really getting that close to your previous record of 80. Your forecast is 77. Focusing in across the Florida Panhandle and as well as parts of southern Alabama and Georgia, we have that threat of thunderstorms, but we also have to be concerned with damaging winds. Winds gusting up to 45, 50, 55 miles per hour, and of course even stronger in some of those cells. That's going to be a big concern. That's why we have that wind advisory in place. Let's time it out as that cold front marches east. We will see some steady winds, some sustained winds by midday today, right around your lunch hour, around 40 miles per hour in Pensacola, Tallahassee coming in at 25 miles per hour. Again, if you are planning on hitting up one of those pop-up COVID-19 testing spots, make sure you keep this in mind and plan ahead and have that umbrella in place as we get into this afternoon, and make sure that you do have a safe place to go if you're staying at home.